Have you ever noticed that the moment you finally sit down to rest, your mind suddenly becomes louder than it was all day? Have you ever wondered why certain sounds seem to calm you before you even understand why you needed calming? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are stepping into the quiet world of Japanese and inspired music, the kind that feels like mist moving through pine trees. The kind that does not push your emotions, but gently guides them back to center. But we are not treating this as a magical hack. We are treating it as a doorway into awakening, wisdom, cause and effect, compassion, practice, and destiny. Because sound can soothe the surface, yes, but it can also reveal the deeper patterns that keep rebuilding stress in the first place. And once you can see those patterns, you can stop being controlled by them. Let me tell you a story about someone who thought they needed relaxation, but actually needed something more subtle, a new relationship with their own mind. In a city where trains arrived like heartbeats and screens lit up faces in every direction, there lived a person named Kai-Tu. Kai-Tu was not a monk, not a spiritual celebrity, not someone who talked about mindfulness at parties. Kai-Tu was simply someone trying to keep life stable. Work during the day, family responsibilities on the side, social expectations in the background, and a private weight that nobody could see. Kai-Tu looked functional. Kai-Tu even looked successful. But inside, the nervous system was constantly on. Not full panic, not dramatic breakdown, just a steady hum of tension that never truly turned off. The kind that makes your shoulders feel like they are always preparing for impact. The kind that makes your jaw clench without permission. The kind that makes you tired even after sleeping. The worst part was that Kai-Tu could not explain it to anyone without sounding ungrateful. Nothing was obviously wrong. Kai-Tu had food, a place to live, decent health. So why did the mind feel like a crowded room with no windows? At first, Kai-Tu tried to solve it the way most people do. More control, more planning, more optimization, better schedules, stronger willpower. Kai-Tu downloaded productivity apps and tried to crush stress with discipline. But the more Kai-Tu tried to control the mind, the more the mind resisted, like a hand squeezing sand. The tighter the grip, the faster it slips. One night, after a day that was not even especially terrible, Kai-Tu sat on the floor and admitted something that felt like defeat, but was actually the beginning of awakening. I do not know how to rest. That sentence matters, because many people think rest is something you earn after you finish everything. But life rarely finishes. Life keeps presenting new tasks, new worries, new responsibilities. So if rest depends on life becoming complete, you will never rest. This is how destiny becomes tight, not only because of events, but because of the belief that you are not allowed to relax until everything is safe. A friend noticed Kai-Tu growing quieter, asked what was going on. Kai-Tu hesitated, then said the truth in a simple way. My mind will not stop. The friend did not give a long lecture. The friend simply sent a link to a Japanese Zen music playlist and said, "Try this tonight, not to fix yourself, just to listen." Kai-Tu almost ignored it. Kai-Tu wanted solutions, not songs. But there is a point where exhaustion becomes humble, where you stop demanding the perfect method and you accept any sincere help. So Kai-Tu put on headphones and pressed play. The first sound was soft, spacious, almost like a distant bell. Then a slow tone entered, clean and steady. There was silence between notes, not dead silence, but living silence. The kind that feels like air. The kind that gives your mind room. At first, nothing miraculous happened. Thoughts still came. Plans, memories, worries. rehearsed conversations, imagined future disasters. But then something subtle happened that Kaito did not expect. The body exhaled, not a forced exhale, a real one. The shoulders dropped slightly, the tongue relaxed from the roof of the mouth, the belly softened, and the moment the body softened, the mind lost a little power, not because thoughts disappeared, but because the nervous system stopped treating every thought like an emergency signal. This is cause and effect. A tense body feeds a tense mind. A tense mind feeds a tense body. Sound can interrupt the loop by giving your system a new rhythm to follow, like a gentle hand guiding you out of a crowd. Kaito listened for 10 minutes, then realized something else. Under the stress was sadness, not dramatic sadness. Just a quiet grief that had been buried under constant doing. Kaito felt tears rise, and the first instinct was to push them down, to distract, to scroll, to get busy again. But the music did not rush. It did not demand happiness. It simply continued, steady and patient, as if it was saying, "You do not have to run from what you feel." So Kaito let the tears come, not as a performance, as release. This is where inner healing begins. Healing does not always feel like pleasure. Sometimes healing feels like finally allowing what you avoided. The mind builds blocks for a reason. Often the reason is protection. It learned that feeling too much was dangerous, so it tightened. It learned that slowing down made it vulnerable, so it stayed busy. It learned that silence allowed old pain to rise, so it filled silence with noise. Those strategies are not evil. They are conditioned habits. But habits, once useful, can become prisons. Kaito listened again the next night, and the next. The playlist became a small nightly ritual, not superstition, practice. Each night followed a pattern. First, resistance. The mind tried to judge the music. Too slow, too simple, boring, not working. Then, softening. The body began relaxing anyway. Then, revealing. Emotions surfaced gently. Fear of failing, fear of being unwanted, fear of never being enough, fear of being alone. And beneath fear, a deeper wish to be safe without needing to control everything. Kaito started becoming curious. Why does this music do there? So Kaito visited a small meditation studio that offered a Zen-inspired listening session. It was not a flashy place, just a room with mats and low light. The instructor was an older woman named Sato. She spoke quietly, but her presence felt strong, like a tree that does not need to prove it has roots. After the session, Kaito asked her the question directly. Why does Japanese and music calm me so deeply? Sato smiled gently. Because it does not argue with you. Most of your life is noise that demands response. Messages demand replies. Deadlines demand speed. Even your own thoughts demand agreement or rebellion. This music asks for neither. It invites. When you are invited, your nervous system remembers choice. Choice. That word landed. Kaito realized stress had become a feeling of no choice. A sense that life was pushing, and Kaito could only brace. Sato continued. Also, the music teaches impermanence. Every note arises, stays briefly, then fades. The silence returns. Your thoughts are like that too, but you treat thoughts as commands. You cling to them. You carry them. You build identity from them. When you listen deeply, you practice letting things pass. Kaito asked, so the healing is not in the frequency or vibration? Sato answered carefully. Sound affects the body. Yes. Rhythm guides breath. Yes. But the deeper effect is attention. Attention is training. When you return attention again and again, you are practicing concentration. When you practice concentration, you gain stability. When you gain stability, you can meet life with more wisdom and less panic. That changes destiny. Kai Tu had always heard destiny spoken like a fixed story. You are lucky or unlucky. You are born to win or born to struggle. But Sato spoke as if destiny was a direction shaped by what you repeatedly practice. This is a Buddhist lens. Karma is not only what you do with your hands. Karma is what you do with your mind. What you repeatedly feed becomes your inner environment. Your inner environment shapes your outer choices. Your choices shape your outcomes. Outcomes reinforce your beliefs. The cycle continues. That cycle is destiny in motion. Sato taught Kai to a simple way to use Zen music as practice rather than background. First, listen with the whole body. Notice where tension lies. Jaw, shoulders, belly, hands. Second, choose one sound as your anchor. A bell, a flute tone, I soft drum. Let attention rest there. Third, when thoughts arise, do not fight them. Name them softly. Planning, remembering, judging, worrying. Then return to the anchor. Every return is practice. Every return is awakening. Kai Tu tried this that night. The mind wandered constantly at first. Kai Tu returned constantly. It felt like failing. Then Kai Tu remembered what Sato said. Noticing is awakening. Returning is training. So Kai Tu stopped calling it failure and started calling it repetition. Something shifted. In the following weeks, Kai Tu noticed the impact in daily life, not because life became easier, but because the mind became less reactive. At work, a co-worker criticized Kai Tu during a meeting. Normally that would trigger hours of replay. What did they mean? Are they trying to humiliate me? What should I have said? What if my boss thinks I am incompetent? The mental movie would run all day. This time, Kai Tu felt the sting, then recognized the story beginning. The mind was about to build a whole future from one sentence. Kai Tu took a slow breath and remembered the notes rising unfading. I thought is a note. It arises, fades. You do not have to hold it. Kai Tu responded calmly in the meeting, clarified one point, then moved on. Later, when the mind tried to replay the scene, Kai Tu listened to a short track and practiced returning. The replay weakened, not because the mind was forced to stop, but because the mind was no longer rewarded with endless attention. This is the mechanics of mental blocks dissolving. A block is often reinforced attention. You keep feeding the same groove, so the groove deepens. When you stop feeding it, the groove slowly softens. Kai Tu also noticed something about compassion. As Kai Tu became calmer, Kai Tu became less harsh with others. When a family member complained, Kai Tu did not snap. Kai Tu listened. When someone was slow, Kai Tu did not treat it as disrespect. Kai Tu saw that everyone is living inside their own conditions. This is a surprising effect of inner healing. People think meditation makes you self-centered, but true practice reduces self-obsession. When the mind is not constantly defending itself, it has room to care. One evening, Kai Tu asked Sato a deeper question. If this music helps me relax, why do I still have bad days? Sato smiled. Because practice is not a switch. Practice is a path. Even a clear mind has weather. The goal is not to eliminate all waves. The goal is to learn how to ride waves without drowning. Then she added something important. Do not use Zen music to avoid your life. Use it to meet your life with a clearer mind. This matters. Some people turn relaxation music into an escape. They press play and try to numb feelings. That is another form of clinging. Clinging is not only grabbing pleasure, clinging is also resisting pain. Either way, you are not free. The Zen approach is different. You listen, you soften, and then you face what is real with wisdom and compassion. Kaita began using the music as a bridge into mindful action. While washing dishes, Kaita listened softly, unpracticed, being fully present with the sensation of water and movement. While walking to the train, Kaita practiced hearing the rhythm of steps as part of the same training. Sound arises, fades, silence returns. While talking with a friend, Kaita practiced listening the wake. I too listened to the music, with less interruption, less planning, less defensiveness. As this continued, something else changed. Kaita realized the stress was not only from workload, it was from identity. Kaita had been clinging to an image of being the reliable one, the strong one, the one who never breaks. That image was heavy. Every time Kaita felt tired, the mind attacked, "You should be stronger." Every time Kaita made a mistake, the mind punished, "You are failing." Sato called this the hidden block attachment to a perfect self. She said, when you cling to an ideal self, you become violent toward your real self. That violence produces anxiety and depression. Compassion begins when you allow yourself to be human. Kaita started practicing a new phrase during listening sessions. May I be safe. May I be kind to my own mind. May I practice without demanding perfection. This is not childish. This is training the nervous system to feel safe enough to release. When the body feels safe, the mind stops rehearsing disaster. When the mind stops rehearsing disaster, focus returns. When focus returns, you make better choices. Better choices reduce conflict. Reduced conflict reduces stress. The cycle turns. Karma shifts. One night Kaita listened to the playlist, then turned it off and sat in silence. The silence did not feel empty in a frightening way. It felt clean, like a room after clutter is removed. Kaita realized something quietly powerful. The calm was not inside the music. The music was pointing to the calm that becomes available when you stop feeding the inner war. That is the real gift of Zen music, not the notes themselves, but what the notes teach you about letting go. Now let me bring this to you personally, because you might be listening while hoping for stress relief or inner healing. If you use Japanese Zen music tonight, try using it in a way that strengthens awakening rather than dependence. Let the first minute be messy. Thoughts will come. Do not panic. Notice, choose one sound as your anchor. Let attention rest there. When thoughts pull you away, return gently. No shame, no anger. Return. If sadness rises, let it rise. If fear rises, let it rise. Hold it with compassion. Remember that emotions are real experiences, but they are not permanent identities. They are conditions passing through. Then tomorrow, carry the lesson into one moment of stress. When the mind tightens, remember the note. It arises, fades. Remember the space between notes. There is always space. Take one breath and choose a response that reduces suffering. This is how practice changes destiny, not through dramatic vows, but through repeated small choices that reshape the direction of your mind. I will end with a reflection that many people need to hear. You do not need to become a different person to heal. You need to stop punishing yourself for being the person you are while you are learning. Inner healing is not forcing joy. Inner healing is allowing honesty, training attention, and choosing compassion again and again. Awakening is noticing you are lost in thought. Wisdom is choosing to return. Compassion is returning without cruelty. Practice is repeating that return. Destiny is the life that grows from those repetitions. Thank you for spending this time with me. Share in the comments what you feel when you listen to Zen music and what you want to soften inside yourself. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and stay connected because peace grows faster when we practice together. Until next time, breathe gently, listen deeply, and keep choosing the kind of calm that does not run away from life.